Well, here we go. Our first ditty. It took place in 1951. I was in the first grade, and I was with my big buddy, Les Watt. He was my idol, and that is the title of this particular ditty. Les was something else, I'm telling you. He could draw any part of a woman's anatomy, and he was my idol without question. Degas, Picasso, or even the old Renaissance painters couldn't draw like Les. He would go upstairs, and I would follow him along these long winding steps to the second floor. There was a private little room, and he would bring out this lily white 8x10 blank paper. His creations were mesmerizing. I watched each line with such attention and often wondered, how in the world does he do it? He was only in the fourth grade, just 2 years older than I was. His creations of the body would make any anatomy professor in college envious. The head and hair were perfect. Each line was better than the next. The beautiful boob was drawn to perfection, which completely fit with all of the rest of that body. Venus could only hope for a body such as the one Les made. He was my idol because I couldn't even draw a stick person, as my illustrations that I have followed many of my ditties with so clearly show. Also, he was bigger, a lot stronger, and my protector. There were 2 boys new in the neighborhood. Their father was the new principal at the high school. One was Jerry, he was my age, and Phil was Les's age. Heck, we thought, man, these guys are going to be perfect playmates, and we might even let them into our club. Well, it didn't work out that way, as Phil was a big bully. He was larger than most kids his age and even bigger than my idol. So after several weeks, we were playing kick the can. I beat Phil to the can, the green giant bean can. I got there first, and he got mad. So he hit me. He knocked me to the ground and got on top of me. It was a total mismatch, and this tyke did not have a chance. Les came to the rescue and pulled him off of me. The big gorilla didn't like this one bit, so they squared off, and the rest was history. Les took care of business, and the big, bad bully, hopefully, would never bother me again. My hero, better yet, him and his brothers, Bob and Dan, received some boxing gloves that Christmas. Al bought them some boxing gloves. Man, can you believe it? They even had Floyd Patterson's name engraved across where you lace up the boxing gloves. For the next several weeks, we spent most of the day boxing. He taught me the jab, the hook, and a straight power punch over the top. It wasn't all fun and games because I took some real shots myself, but it was worth every blow, as my idol was teaching me self-defense. Next was one of my proudest moments up to that time. Sure enough, Phil picked on me again while my idol was not around. I told him to leave me alone, or else. He said, or else what? Well, he found out. The jab worked, the right hook was awesome, and the straight power punch was more than enough to send him home crying with a bloody nose. Ironically, word spread in our neighborhood and all other neighborhoods in Winchester that I had beaten up on this overgrown baboon. Not many picked on me or wanted any part of this new found punches that I had just learned from my idol. Les also taught me how to high jump when we built a high jump pit, complete with sawdust and bamboo poles. Next was basketball and how to shoot it properly with rotation and arm extension. So we had basketball, we had boxing, we had kick the can. We were just a normal neighborhood bunch. But where we might have differed a little was snakes. They were one of Les's passions. And he converted this old sandbox in the backyard into a snake pit. We would find snakes behind the library and bring them back to the pit. The pit even had little trees growing in it and little plants and grasses so the snake would have a nice environment. The tropics of Amazon had nothing on the pit, an array of snakes. These reptiles were never my favorite and ceased to be for the rest of my life. But there is such a thing as honor and bravado and impressing my hero. So I had to act like I was unafraid. Les, he was creative, smart, and an artist. My idol could do anything and do it well. Tomorrow, I'm going to finish up my idol Ditty with a story about bicycles. My Moto Minute today, if you look on my hat, it says Anna Maria Island. Well, that's about an hour and a half of where we live in Florida. And it's a nice little community on the water. And you look across the bay and you can see St. Pete. And you can see the big bridge that's just awesome, driving across that bridge. But you come all the way around through Bradenton, Florida, and you go to a little island called Anna Maria. Well, we would go up there every once in a while, and we were looking for a restaurant. And we were going to go out on the pier, and then as I'm walking toward that pier to go out on this little like bar food place, a guy said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, we're going out there to get some lunch." He says, "Turn around, go right back to that little yellow house, right across from this white sand beach." And it's called the Waterfront Cafe. We went in there, and my friends, I had a grouper sandwich that has rivaled any grouper sandwich I've had in Florida. Later on, we went there on several other occasions. I've had shrimp and grits that were just outstanding. Their sauces are unbelievable. The calamari is unbelievable. It's just a very cute little place. And when you get done with lunch or dinner, you can go across the street and there's this great white sand beach. Just absolutely spectacular. Or you can go about a block to the left of the place and get you a nice ice cream sandwich or an ice cream cone. Well, that's Anna Maria Island. If you're ever down in Florida on the Gulf side and you're near Bradenton, head out to Anna Maria and get you a grouper sandwich. This is the Moto. Over and out.